Hello and welcome back to Goal School and welcome to the start of a new series for this season. So after every match week in the Championship, we're going to do a roundup video just like this. Hopefully it all goes well. If you have any improvements or things you want me to add or remove maybe from this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. Never done something like this before, so here we go. Roundup of match week 1 in the Championship for the 2024-25 season. It was incredible. And here we go. Let's begin with the opening game of the season. We had two, didn't we? We begun at Ewood Park for Blackburn versus Derby. Now, this was a game where both of these sides going into the season predicted to finish towards the bottom end of the table. However, in this game, it was an absolute battering for Derby on paper. 4-2 in the end, and they lost the game trying to get themselves back in it. Overall, Blackburn come out victorious, of course, and the likes of Sami Smojic feature a huge boost for Blackburn. New signing Ahashi with a goal as well, and just Feynman, of course, with a goal also. So really, really good there from Blackburn. I was impressed with them, of course, throughout the game. As for Derby, it's evident they need a few more signings because, to be honest, the only player that really impressed me was that midfielder Goodman, but he was really good. Apart from that, to be honest, the rest of the team wasn't great from Derby. Of course, it's both defenders scoring from set pieces, something Blackburn need to work on and something Derby need to thrive on throughout the season if they're going to score goals. Overall, looking into the stats, Blackburn had 47% possession, 2.05 XG, 11 shots, 7 of which were on target, and 5 big chances were created throughout the game. As for Derby, 53% possession. They really were trying to get back into the game. Before, of course, Blackburn made those changes to bring on the likes of Smojic towards the end. 1.08 XG, 12 shots, 4 on target for Derby, and 2 big chances created in the game. And then a game against Blackburn, who, no disrespect to Blackburn, not in the best place they've been in at the moment. So Derby had to look at this game and think, yeah, we've got to get something out of it. And in the end, they've lost 4-2. So really disappointing from Derby on the opening day. They need signings, they need players, and signings and players of this calibre who are proven at this level. They lack them at the moment. And for Blackburn, keep on doing what you're doing and keep hold of Sami Smojic. We also had the opening game of the season at Deepdale for Preston versus Sheffield United, and we got a lot to speak about for Preston. Ryan Lowe sacked after this game, of course. What on earth is the thinking there? Why would you give a manager the summer to recruit the players, to get the team in pre-season, just to sack him after one game? It just doesn't make sense. You could have easily, really bad end to last season. I think it was 5 games, so the last 5, they lost all of them. Okay, perfect time to, let Ryan Lowe go. Of course, it was on mutual agreement that he did leave North End, but why not just leave him go, get a new man in, start a new season fresh, his players, his ideas getting across in pre-season. It does seem like a waste and a really confusing time for Ryan Lowe to part ways with Preston. It has been on the cards. I predicted him to go around January time, to be honest, to leave Preston, but surprised he stuck out all of last season with them. As for Sheffield United, of course, really good for them, getting themselves 3 points. It was a gift for Gustavo Hamer in his second goal. Really poor from Freddie Woodman. Awful clearance. But yeah, Gustavo Hamer, he's been rumoured to potentially join Ipswich, maybe. Not sure how true that rumour is. But if he does go, it'll be a huge miss for Sheffield United. But they're looking really strong. Of course, first goal was deflected in from Arblaster. The first goal of the 2024-25 season, scored by him. 46% possession to Preston, 0.64 XG, 12 shots, but only 2 on target, and no big chances created throughout the game, albeit against a really top opposition. And Sheffield United rumoured to be interested in signing the likes of Michael Cooper, coming in very soon, which is very exciting for the Blades, as well as a few other names being circulated. For the Blades then, 54% possession in this game, 1.02 XG, 11 shots, 3 of which are on target, so not necessarily a big difference to them and Preston's shot on target ratio, but 1 big chance created for Sheffield United. And of course, getting the 3 points to put them back on the positive points now after, of course, starting the season on -2. So everyone in the championship now is back to positive points once again. Moving on, we go to Cardiff. These were now the 12-30 games on the Saturday. Cardiff hosted Sunderland, and there's a lot of optimism about both clubs. But Ries de Bries' club, Sunderland, of course, get the win in Ries de Bries' first game in the Championship. 2-0 in the end. Goals from the likes of Jack Clark to round it off, which was a really nice finish at the end. But I've got to say, I was expecting a little bit more from Cardiff in the opening game. They really have had a solid transfer window, no denying that at all. And under Errol Bollett, he's definitely been back this summer. 64% possession for Cardiff, which, we don't always see Cardiff playing possession-based football. 1.02 XG, 12 shots, 4 on target, and 2 big chances for them. As for Sunderland, 36% possession, 1.8 XG, 11 shots, only 4 on target, but 2 goals, of course, and 2 big chances were created during the game. So for Sunderland, really good start for them. But for Cardiff, a lot of work to be done for them, of course. Moving on, we go to Hull versus Bristol City. Now, this was an interesting game, of course. Only goals come in towards the end of the game from Fali Mayulu for Bristol City, opening his account with a tidy finish. Before, of course, Bristol City concede that penalty, which Estupinan puts into the back of the net. In this game, then, probably would say Bristol City deserved the win. However, it has, of course, ended as a draw. For Hull, 46% possession, 1.67 XG, 11 shots, 5 on target, 2 big chances created throughout the 90. For Bristol City, 54% possession, 1.25 XG, 15 shots, but only 3 on target for Bristol City. They've got to work on that, and 1 big chance throughout the game created for Bristol City. In the end, you probably say both sides happy with a point in the end, but for Bristol City, probably should have been a lot more than that. Moving on, we go to Leeds versus Portsmouth, probably game of the weekend. I mean, what a game this was. 3-3 in the end. Both sides had chances to win it. Leeds should have won it with Brendan Aronson, but of course he did get them an equaliser, so he's not completely in the doghouse there at Leeds. Leeds, of course, 69% possession there, 3.39 XG, 22 shots, 10 of which on target, 6 big chances created, 3 goals scored. For Portsmouth, on the return to the Championship, of course, 31% possession, 0.94 XG, 5 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals scored, 1 big chance created. Of course, very incredible game, and I cannot wait for the return fixture away at Fratton Park already. It'll be a great game. So for me, this was game of the weekend, and some incredible goals as well in this game. But Portsmouth, I feel like a lot of people may have already underestimated them a lot this season. It's going to be exciting to watch them this season. And for Leeds, once again, not starting the season as strong as many would have hoped. Moving on then to the Riverside, it was Middlesbrough 1, my team Swansea 0. Really disappointing display from the Swans, by the way, in this one. But for Middlesbrough, of course, they won the game thanks to Emmanuel Latte-Laugh's 24th minute penalty, which he converted, of course. Figurey was fairly close to it, but of course, in the end, that one being the deciding factor in the game. And Borough, surprised they only scored 1. 36% possession for Middlesbrough, 2.86 XG for Borough, 18 shots, 4 on target. As I say, surprised they didn't score more. 5 big chances created as well, and deserved winners of this game. For the Swans, it's bleak reading. 64% possession, great. 0.47 XG, okay. 5 shots, 0 on target, and 0 big chances created. Towards the end, we did have a big chance, in my opinion, from the Liam Cullen chance. He was unable to convert. And I'm not too sure. 0 shots on target. I'm not too sure then, because I thought we at least had 1. But getting this information off FootMob, so we'll trust them for now. But yeah, really disappointing for the Swans at the weekend. Off to the Den, and it was Millwall 2, Watford 3. What a game this was, of course. Watford went 2-0 up, goal from a corner, goal from a free kick. Millwall come back into it, 2 goals from Watmore. Watmore thought he'd won it. 2 minutes later, Rahovic scores for Watford and wins it 3-2. Incredible game. In this one, Millwall, 54% possession, an XG of 2, 16 shots, 4 on target, and 7 big chances. For Watford, 46% possession, 1.12 XG, 10 shots, 5 on target, 2 big chances created. What a game this was. I mean, 2 sides who I think will be down there this season. Not quite in a relegation scrap, but I do expect them to be down there in the table. But what a game that was. 5-goal thriller on the opening day. Incredible. Oxford versus Norwich, of course, ended Oxford's way, winning 2-0. Incredible. Who saw that coming? Oxford, welcome back to the Championship. Incredible to see them beat such a big team in Norwich. and hopefully they can continue this on for the season. 51% possession for Oxford, 0.91 XG, 12 shots, 4 on target, and 3 big chances created in this game, as opposed to Norwich's 49% possession, 0.83 XG, 10 shots, 2 on target, 0 big chances created. Of course, we had that big saga with Johnny Rowe. Whether he's going to come back into the fold or not, I'm not too sure at the moment. But pulling out of the matchday squad just hours before the game is very interesting. You know, where do your priorities lie as a footballer there? Because I believe you come through the Norwich Academy. So where's, repaying the faith to the club, and the fans? It's not quite right there, in my opinion, from Johnny Rowe. But it does look like they maybe have sorted it out behind the scenes there, hopefully for their sake, because Johnny Rowe's a great player. I'd love to see him in the Championship this season still with Norwich. But for Oxford, great start to the season. Hopefully they can continue it. QPR 1, West Brom 3. What a game this one was as well. Of course, West Brom went 1-0 down, and then Josh Major scoring 3 after that, the hat-trick on the opening day. Incredible, and he was in the right place, right time for all of these goals. QPR, 39% possession, 0.85 XG, 11 shots, 6 on target, and 2 big chances. Since this game, they've signed the likes of Dembele, of course, some really exciting players joining QPR, which is, of course, great to see for them, and they're going to have a good season. For West Brom, I didn't realise how good this squad actually was, despite the massive exits in recent weeks for them. But no, looking really good still. And of course, they had 61% possession, 1.49 XG, 7 shots, 4 on target, 3 goals, 3 big chances created. So very good there from West Brom. And Josh Major could be one to look out for this season as an early Golden Boot contender. Stoke versus Coventry. It ended 1-0 Stoke. Incredible stuff. Coventry continuing to start seasons slowly, unfortunately for them. For Stoke, 42% possession, 0.95 XG, 11 shots, 2 on target, and 1 big chance created for them, and 1 goal to go with it. In the end, of course, this game not serving up too many chances. Coventry, 58% possession, 0.74 XG, and 8 shots, only 1 on target, though. Once again, disappointing, and no big chances created from Coventry. Once again, this has to improve. They've got the squad to be capable enough to challenge for the top 2 this season, but losing away at Stoke will be, points that they don't necessarily need to drop. But Stoke, from their point of view, they'll be absolutely buzzing for the start of the season. Fair play to them. On to the Sunday game. It was Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth, and Danny Röhl has got them rolling to the top of the league, at least for now, of course, as they defeated Plymouthargyle 4-0. Plymouth, they probably better off not turning up, because that was a hammering, and it should have been a lot more than that. Sheffield Wednesday, 59% possession, 4.68 XG, 31 shots, 11 on target, 7 big chances created. What a dominant display it was. For Plymouth, of course, 41% possession, 0.23 XG, 5 shots, 1 on target, no big chances created. Really disappointing for Plymouth. They just sat back from minute 1, didn't they? And where's this exciting football that Rooney wants to play? I was surprised that Rooney's not the first manager to be sacked this season. Yes, he's got to give him a bit of time. Yes, it's the opening day, but no signs there were convincing at all from Plymouth Argyle, and a lot to work on. Once again, just like another club we mentioned, they need to be signing a higher calibre of player. Players that have played at this level, much like Derby, and have experience. Because at the moment, Rooney's a big manager to pull players in. A big name, had an incredible playing career. So a lot of players would, you imagine, would like to play under him. But maybe his record now, some players are realising, yeah, maybe not. So they need a bigger calibre player to come into the club, in my opinion. At the moment, they're just signing unknowns at this level, which can be helpful sometimes, but when you have a squad of unknowns, no one knows what's going to happen, and usually it's not for the best that happens. So really disappointing for Plymouth. They've got to bounce back sooner rather than later, otherwise it's going to be a very long season. I do fear for them. And moving on to the Monday game, the final one was Luton 1, Burnley 4. Incredible stuff. Who thought this would happen? I thought this would be a really close game, but Burnley turned it on in some style as well. Really good. Have a look at some match stats for Luton, who are missing a few big name players, the likes of Mads Anderson, of course. The Camber was missing for this game as well. But going forward, the striking force is looking incredibly stacked. So that's good, but defensively, they do need to bring in a few players, Luton, in my opinion. 58% possession for Luton, 1.43 XG, 10 shots, 3 on target, 2 big chances created, 1 goal scored thanks to Taif Chong. But for Burnley, you know, really positive for them. Scoring 4 goals, 42% possession, 1.46 XG, 11 shots, 6 on target, and 2 big chances created. I mean, Scott Parker, I always assumed of him with boring football, but no, that was a quality performance. And if they could do that throughout the whole season, yeah, they're going to be really good. And, you know, someone made a good point when I was doing a live watch along for this game. This is against Luton, who many people are backing, including myself, to get automatically promoted back to the Premier League this season. Imagine what they do to a side like Plymouth. You know, they're going to destroy them on paper after this performance. So really promising from Burnley. Only way is up for them. And still, we didn't manage to see a lot of their squad in this game. You know, it's absolutely stacked. It's ridiculous. Burnley looking incredible. So in this match week, 40 goals were scored on the opening game week. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come throughout the whole season. Goal of the week for me, we'll do this every week. I've got to go for that Watford free kick. If you think I'm saying his name, you're having a laugh. But no, with an incredible free kick for the Watford man. Wow, incredible really. He had a good Euro campaign as well for Georgia, the midfielder for Watford. So incredible free kick. There's many that could go up there. The corner kick that Watford scored from as well, but I'm going for the free kick. It was a really nice finish. Surprise of the week, I've got to go for Oxford. I mean, not many people back them to beat Norwich City. I mean, Norwich such a big club, especially at championship level, but Oxford beating them like that is incredible for them. And really didn't surprise me though, not just on the result, but the way they played. No, not scared at all. And the home form this season will be very important. So if they can keep that up, they're going to be in for a good season at Oxford, and they'll be fine come the end of the season. Manager of the week, I've got to go for Scott Parker. I mean, beating Luton 4-1. I mean, Luton finished, of course, best of the relegated 3 sides last season in the Premier League. But for Scott Parker to just come in here, first game as Burnley manager, and win 4-1 against such a high calibre of opposition is incredible. And for me, he wins Manager of the Week for me. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your Manager of the Week, Surprise of the Week, Goal of the Week. In the comment section down below. We'll be doing this at the end of every match week roundup this season for the championship. And there we have it, the first match week roundup of the new season. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. As I say, something new for the channel, but something I've wanted to do for absolutely ages. Wasn't sure how to lay it out. So there we go. Think I can improve on anything? Please do let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next very soon. Match week 2 is almost here, so I have my predictions ready very soon for that game week as well. So stay tuned on the channel, have notifications on. I'll see you next time, guys. Take care. Goodbye.